Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining here. So, could you please tell us something about yourself? Like, how was your childhood like, and what exactly, what is the main purpose behind this incredible story?
Okay, hi, my name is Sai, and you can call me Sai. And my childhood was normal, like many of them. I didn't like school. It was I didn't enjoy it much. I had a lot of friends outside school, so I enjoyed that a lot. Lots of friends in my streets who are really close to me until today, like the area I'm living, basically area of friends. So I didn't have much friends in school. I didn't enjoy school much. I felt like a misfit for most of the years, especially high school. Until ninth and 10th, it was nice. 11th and 12th, I didn't enjoy much. Maybe just because I didn't find the right company, or yeah, I don't know. But that was cool. And otherwise, I have an amazing family. My voice is echoing there.
One second.
Uh,
1 second.
yeah,
Is it okay now?
yeah, it's okay now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I live in a joint family. It's a very fun family. It's a lot of people. So Coimbatore is a good city. It's a serene, calm, tranquil city. It has everything you need. Uh, yeah, but not too much like the metropolitan cities of India. So it's a good place. It's a nice city, and yeah, good family, great family, very supportive family, and fun childhood with normal teenage struggles. That's pretty much how I'd sum it up. Yeah.
So I could relate to your childhood, like because I had the similar childhood. I could easily relate to you.
Nice.
So you left your career as an engineer and you fell in love with journalism. What made you do that?
So once I finished my school, I studied engineering in Vellore Institute of Technology in VIT Vellore. Then once I did that, I loved college. It was amazing. It was one of the best 4 years of my life. It was everything that I didn't like in school, everything that I didn't find in school. So college was great. I was exposed to so many disciplines. And then I figured out that I'm a creative person, and I was really into culturals in college, and I somehow wanted to branch out in that dimension. And yeah, so I finished my engineering 4 years, and then I pursued journalism because I thought, like, why not do something different? And I was always inclined towards people, everything about people. It really had me. Like, I love the psychology of people. I love communities. I love uh, I love getting to know people, tapping into different mindsets. That was always my thing. And so I thought, why not? I thought journalism would be something that will be around that school of thought. So I quit. I mean, I didn't quit. I finished engineering, and then I pursued journalism in ACJ Chennai. And then I was working for 3 years after college. Even journalism was amazing. Journalism school was amazing. And after that, I was pursuing journalism for 3 years. As a political reporter, as a current affairs reporter. I was also an entertainment journalist for about 3 years in different news channels, like such as India Today, The Quint, and beyond for about 3 years. And then after that, I quit my job because I thought news is just so sensationalized, and it was not what I thought. And my passion was constantly getting killed by the fast-paced newsroom who look at nothing but ratings. And yeah, it was not about the real stories. It was not about what I perceived as the real people of the world. It was mostly revolving around entertainers and politicians, and they're just not a representation of the real people of our country, as well as uh, the world in the larger scheme of things. So I wanted to do something with real impact. I wanted to do something out of the box. I wanted to create an identity, a brand for myself. And that's why I quit. And I started on the ground about 1.5, 2 years ago.
That was a long journey, but you explained it so well.
Thank you.
So, what inspired you towards storytelling?
Hmm. I don't know if storytelling inspired me, or I don't know if stories inspired me. I think it's the latter more than the former. I'm more inclined towards the stories, like uh, how incredible these stories are, how incredible these people, these villages, these places, these customs, these traditions, this culture is. Like, that was more fascinating to me. And storytelling is just a platform or a method of conveying what I like, what I find profound to the world. So I like stories a lot, and I like yeah, that's the root of the whole situation. Yeah.
So, as you are a one-man army, so what were the challenges that you faced when you started on the ground with Sai?
Mm, the challenges are plenty. Some of them are number one is finding these stories itself is hard because they are rare, they're unique, and in the normal mainstream world, we don't come across such people, right? It's hard to find or even know these people. That's number one, and so finding these stories is number one. Number two is the exhaustion. Energy is limited. I'm human like everybody else, so exhaust. You have to combat different ways of tackling exhaustion, physical, mental exhaustion, when you're always traveling and when you're the one who's writing, filming, editing, researching these stories, right? So physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, number two. Number three is the uncertainty. You don't know when you will be hitting the following and when you'll be building the community that you want to, when you'll have that reach that you desire, right? That's number three. Number three would be uncertainty. That is always there anyway, irrespective of how successful or not you are. And number four is internet. When you're traveling, when I'm traveling in some of the most remote parts of India, in second tier, third tier cities, uploading videos can take a lot of time. Internet is a big challenge. India is a developing country in terms of its digital landscape. So it's not exactly 100% digitized, and it does not have swift, fast-paced internet in many parts of India. So it has internet, but not fast as much as I can do my work, as much as I can upload my videos. So that's a big challenge as well. So yeah, mental and physical exhaustion, internet, uncertainty, and finding stories. Yeah, that was the initial challenges.
I found the finding stories more difficult part. Yet,
it,
so
it is hard.
yeah, because now it's now a challenge as well for you, like in the present time.
It's become better over time. I've traveled 12 states, so I have created a very robust, strong grassroots level network of journalists, of people, like-minded people. So yeah, in media you have an unsaid thing. Like when someone reaches out to you and asks you for a contact for a story, you give it to them, irrespective of whether you know them or not.
Yeah.
So I built a network strong enough for now to it's much more streamlined and easier than before, like at least 40 to 50% much more easier. Yeah.
So how do you find people that are like-minded, or how do you build your network?
Um, since I come from the journalism background, I have a lot of friends in journalism itself who work in different media houses in different parts of the country. Okay. So from there, I branch out. If I know someone in Times of India, I'll be like, I found this story in Times of India. My friend, can you put me through this reporter? And then she'll put me through, or he'll put me through someone in the Hindu. So your network keeps growing out like that and branching out, and it moves to different areas like a tree. Okay. So yeah, it keeps growing. That's how you build a network. uh, you actually have to do the work. Like you have to contact these journalists, find them, find these stories. And I've picked these stories from local media like Times of Indore or Times of Guwahati or Meghalaya Times, right? These are not like national TV. These are very state oriented or city oriented. So you have to find them in various ways, like through contacts. You find them on Facebook or Instagram, stalk them, leave a message. You find their number somewhere or you find their email ID somewhere. So it's a mix of all of these things. Sometimes if I read a story in some website, there are chances that the subject of the story, their contact is given in the article as well. So sometimes I reach out to them directly. Sometimes I reach out to the author of the story. I reach out to the author of the story through my network. Yeah, it's a lot of communication, and yeah, that's how I do it. I hope you got the drift.
Yes. I must learn this communication and networking skills from you. So, is there any particular moment or memory that stands out for you?
Memory, is it?
Yeah, a particular moment or a memory that stand
From
out
the
for you.
whole journey?
Yes.
A particular moment or memory. A lot of things. All these stories are amazing. So many stories. Like, I'd say my memories are attached to these stories, uh, because I'm going there, experiencing them on the ground, and filming them, taking their interview, learning about them, and visioning the visual language. So I have a lot of memories attached to the people I meet. Okay, and a few of them would be one of this doctor in Karnataka who treats thousands of patients every weekend for free. Okay, and then I have lots of memories in Meghalaya, in across many villages. One is the whistling village in Meghalaya, where everybody's name is a whistle. Okay, and they address each other through whistles. I have another one from Madhya Pradesh, where it's called a skateboarding village, where skateboarding is like a culture in the whole village. And yeah, mostly oriented towards stories. Yeah, and sometimes my friends have come with me as well to different states. So yeah, I have a lot of memories attached with them as well. So no particular ones, I'd say many memories.
So sometimes the stories people tell, you can get a little overwhelming from that. So how do you cope up with the same?
Good question. You just have to detach yourself, like listen to the story for the sake of writing and telling the story, and don't get so drowned in it in a way that it consumes you. Learn to separate yourself personally, and see yourself in a different light as a storyteller. Like, yeah, the job is not you entirely, right? You have to learn to separate yourself from your job. Like, it's something like this where your emotional intelligence is tested on an everyday basis. It's easy for you to get consumed, but it's very easy for me. I go listen to their story. It's just 2 hours. Some have a lasting impact, like a few more hours, and after that, it gets out of my system. And even if it has a lasting impact on me for the next few hours, it's only for the good. Like, it's because I'm so taken aback by how incredible that person or that story was or that place was. It's not because it's affecting me in a negative way. So it's a very positive thing, and these are very positive stories at the end of the day. So uh, yeah, I separate myself very quickly because I move on to the next story. So there's no time to drown in it or marinate in it and really mull over it for a long time.
Yeah. So how do you try to keep up with the audience engaged throughout your story?
Do you think it's engaging?
Yes,
Did
I
you
think.
you think it's engaging?
Yeah.
I don't follow a particular format as such. I try to keep it informative. I try to keep it inspiring. I try to keep it impactful. I try to keep it interesting. What I call as the 4 I's: interest, impact, inform, and inspire. So I try to put these 4 capsules within the short story I tell in different parts of it, while conveying that person's story, that place's story, or that idea's story. That's it. That's how, and I try to give it a flow. Like, it should sound like a story. It should move from one section to another. It should flow like a river. That's it. These are the only things I try to do. I don't know how successful I am at it. You have to tell me that.
Yeah, because I was going through the profile before sending the request letter. What attract me the most was the descriptive article, that the lines, the paragraph that you write about with the template, and
Mm-hmm.
and then comes the reel of
Yeah.
the same. So
Yeah.
this concept I have never seen before, and this is I like the most, and this is more attracting for the more of the audience, because from my team members, I also send a profile to my team member. She also find it very attractive,
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm
plus
happy to hear
this,
that.
the concept that you use the paragraph, and then comes the reel. So this concept was very engaging and attractive. Plus
All the
the,
3 posts connected with one another. That's what you mean, right? Like,
yes,
yeah.
yes. And mostly the topics and the stories that you are just posting on your handle are very engaging, very current, and it's very easy to understand.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm so happy to hear feedback. Thank you so much. Do you think it can be something big?
Yes, it can be very big in the coming future.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. Thank you.
We'll
I'm
meet.
waiting for it. Waiting for
Yeah.
the break. Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, even I'll be the person interviewing you in the coming with a big brand like, what can I say? Big brands like Times of India or something like that. I'll be the person interviewing you some in the coming future. Definitely.
Um, that'll be great. That'll be great. And I'll be happy to be interviewed by you.
Or not.
Such great stories, right? I'm so fascinated by them.
Yeah, I mean, they're very inspiring. They give the message to, especially
Yeah.
the last story that you, no, not the last story, but there's an agriculture story,
Mhm.
which you actually taking a photograph of this old man. That was very actually, inspiring, and I kept that viewing for 5 6 times.
Okay. Is this that seed collector one? No?
Yes, yes, yes.
Seed collector. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Nice.
was just going through how did you make that? How did you go? Because since I have done the photography part as well, so whenever I find something interesting, I usually look at the story, how it is impactful. Second thing, what information is trying to give me, and
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
fourth thing is how this is done.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
like these four, and it's very amazing that you posted
Uh,
there.
I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. Spread it as much as you can, okay? Because not for my sake, but for the story's sake.
Yeah.
Must know the real incredible India. Like, and there's such great stories. They can inspire so many people. So yeah, let's see.
So it's going to be a boom soon, the coming future.
uh that's very kind of you. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
So, what is your inspiration behind, who's your favorite inspiration behind content making? Like these content making.
Yeah, I think it's obvious, and I think you'd have figured it by now. It's Nas Daily. Yeah. So I saw what he did in the world, and I thought, oh my God, India is a world by itself. Let me try to recreate what he did in India. And that's literally, I saw his videos, I binged like 30, 40 of them. I'm like, I'm quitting my job. And literally, I quit and I started this. That's literally the story. And 1 year later, you asked me one of my best moments would also be this. He found my video somewhere and he texted me on WhatsApp saying, he appreciating me. Okay. And that was great. And now I also work with him in his team. He has this thing called NAS Academy.
Yeah.
And I work with his team as a trainer. I'm working with him in his team very closely. So it's amazing. Like the reason I started this journey. He's my biggest inspiration, and he's created an impact in the world through his videos like nobody else on the internet. So yeah, he is my inspiration. To sum it up.
Yeah, if I don't have words to describe what I actually wanted to say right now. I'll figure it out. So is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've asked this already. So I'm done with my questions.
Oh, really? That was quick.
I'm done with my questions. So any feedback you would like to give here?
uh, any feedback? I'd say try to dig in deeper to the person's story. Okay, like ask more questions, try to find the complexities of that person's character and that person's story, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'd say, like, yeah, to sum it up, dig in more deeper. Okay, and otherwise you've got a great energy. I'm very drawn to it. And good, I like how you're doing things. And what else? You could add sound effects maybe, like during your interview. Yeah, that's something you could work on. Sound effects. Try to dig in deeper to people's person. And then number three would be, um, what else? Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, maybe you can work on those things. Yeah.
I had actually, gone through a lot. I have made a lot of questions that are related to your profile. I have made, but I was asked to, keep it quite short.
Okay, 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 okay.
So I
That's fair
had,
enough. That's
yeah.
fair
So
enough.
I have, done my complete research that I'm actually
Uh,
good at.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, you knew a lot of things about me, and I'm feeling so special that you know so much about me.